Okay, so you've been on this whole AI kick lately, right?
Yeah, it's been pretty hard to ignore.
Yeah, and let me tell you, this next thing we're going to dive into, it's huge EE, like really big. We're talking about Nvidia.
Oh yeah, the graphics card people.
Right, exactly. The ones who made those insanely powerful gaming graphics cards.
Mm,
Turns out they've been kind of quietly building a name for themselves in the AI world too.
they have.
And they just dropped like, this bombshell announcement, and now everybody's freaking out.
It's true. It's got everyone buzzing.
So what's fascinating about this, at least I think so, is that NVIDIA's actually been supplying like the muscle behind a lot of AI development for a while now, right?
Yeah, with their GPUs.
Yeah,
Those things are basically the engines that make all these crazy AI calculations happen, to make AI actually like think.
right. They're the powerhouse.
Yeah. Yeah, but this new system NVIDIA just unveiled, this is not just like an upgrade or something. It's like a whole different league.
It really is. It's like they took everything they knew, like years of experience, about squeezing every ounce of performance out of computer chips, and they were just like, you know what? Let's go all in on AI.
Mm-hmm.
And the heart of all of this, the thing that's making everyone lose their minds, is this thing called the H100 Tensor Core GPU.
Yeah, this chip is, well, it's kind of a game changer because it's designed specifically for AI. And I'm specifically.
Right.
We're talking processing absolutely enormous data sets, the kind of stuff that would make a regular computer like just melt.
Oh, yeah.
But this H100, this thing can handle it, no problem.
Okay, so faster processing, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But what does that actually look like in the real world? Give me an example.
Okay. Think of something like drug discovery.
Okay.
It's a long process, right? Developing new medicines.
Yeah.
Years, sometimes even decades.
Right.
But imagine if you could speed that up like tenfold.
What?
Maybe even 100-fold. That's the kind of potential we're talking about here with this kind of processing power. And it's not just speed, it opens doors. We could do things that we couldn't even imagine before because we just didn't have the computing power.
Right. So it's not just about, like, doing things faster. It's about, like you said, opening up possibilities.
Exactly.
Okay, so faster AI, more efficient AI. I think I'm getting it. But NVIDIA, they didn't just stop there, did they? They also announced this whole Hopper architecture thing.
Right. And no, we're not talking about like a bunny rabbit.
No, definitely not a bunny rabbit.
Hopper, in this case, refers to like the fundamental way this whole system's built. It's all about making AI training insanely efficient.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to maybe explain that a little, like I'm 5 years old.
Sure.
What does it actually mean to train an AI? And why does it matter if it's more efficient? Like, what's the big deal there?
Okay. Good questions. So imagine like teaching a dog a new trick, right?
Yeah.
Takes time, patience, lots of repetition.
Right, lots of treats.
Exactly. Training an AI is kind of similar. You're basically feeding it tons and tons of data and teaching it to see patterns, make connections, and, learn from its mistakes.
Right.
The more efficient you can make that process, that training process, the faster and cheaper it becomes to, give AI new capabilities. It's like, this transformer engine acceleration thing that NVIDIA is so excited about, it's like giving our AI puppy a super-powered brain boost.
Okay, so NVIDIA basically figured out how to make AI learn faster and more efficiently. That makes sense. But how does this new NVIDIA AI actually stack up against stuff like ChatGPT? The AI we all know and honestly sometimes love to hate. ChatGPT is cool, but it's not perfect.
No, definitely not perfect. And one of the things that, trips ChatGPT up is context.
Oh, tell me about it.
You'll be having a conversation, everything's going great, and then bam, it's like it forgot everything you just talked about.
Oh, yes, like it has the memory of a goldfish or something.
Right. It's those moments that make you realize, okay, I'm definitely talking to a machine here. And this is where, like, NVIDIA's AI system, it takes a totally different approach.
Okay.
They're really focused on this thing called attention mechanisms, which, in simple terms, basically means this AI is designed to remember, to actually keep track of what's being said, even in like super long and complicated conversations.
Okay, so it's like this AI has a way better memory than ChatGPT. Like it can actually follow the thread of a conversation.
Exactly. It's meant to understand not just the words themselves, but like how they relate to each other, the nuances, even if you were talking about something hours ago.
Okay, that's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
But you know what really blew my mind? And I gotta be honest, when I first read about this, I was like, no way. This whole concept of like multi-modal learning.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, fine, it's great with text, whatever. But this Nvidia AI,
Mm-hmm.
this thing can process images, videos. It can even handle audio.
Yeah, all right.
It's like AI went from like black and white silent films to full-on IMAX 3D.
It's like a whole different world. We're not just talking about AI that can, read and write anymore.
Right.
Imagine like you go to the doctor's office, right?
Okay.
And the AI that's, helping your doctor, it can actually analyze your x-rays, your blood work, all that stuff, and then it compares it to your like, your genetic history, your lifestyle, and it gives you like a super accurate diagnosis.
Okay, hold on. Slow down a second because my brain's trying to catch up.
It's a lot.
It is. It's incredible, but it's also like kind of freaking me out a little bit. This isn't just some like minor upgrade. It feels like we're jumping forward, like decades into the future of AI.
I totally get it. It's a lot to process. And here's the thing. One of the, I think the most interesting parts of all this is this whole idea of custom AI.
Okay, custom AI.
Yeah, so we're so used to, these general AI tools, ChatGPT being like the best example, and they're amazing, don't get me wrong, but Nvidia is talking about building AI models that are like laser focused on a specific job or industry.
So instead of one AI for everything, it's more like we can have an AI that's like custom built for whatever we need it to do.
Exact.
Okay, now that is fascinating. Give me an example. How would that even work?
All right, so picture this. You've got a big financial institution, right?
Okay, yeah.
They could take NVIDIA's technology and create an AI that's trained on their specific data, all their financial records, market trends, everything.
Right.
And this AI, it can then analyze investment opportunities, figure out the risks, even make decisions, all with a speed and accuracy that like no human could ever match.
I mean, that's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. But with all this talk about NVIDIA and this, like, seriously next-level AI, I got to ask, the question that's probably on everyone's mind right now. Is this the end of ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Like, is NVIDIA about to just completely take over the AI world?
No, I don't think it's going to be that, cut and dry.
Yeah, okay.
ChatGPT, it's got such a huge head start, right?
Yeah,
Tons of people use it. They know what it does. They're comfortable with it. It's like
It's familiar.
Yeah, exactly. It's familiar. Like if ChatGPT is that Swiss Army knife that everyone has, that's super popular.
Okay, I like that.
NVIDIA's thing is more like, a high-end set of tools for like very specific jobs.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to throw away your Swiss Army knife, but for some things, you really need those specialized tools.
So not a replacement, more like a whole new set of possibilities, right?
Right, exactly. We'll probably see like a bunch of different AI tools and systems all doing their own thing.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
ChatGPT will still be the go-to for, everyday stuff like writing quick information, even just messing around, having a chat. But this NVIDIA system, it's really built for those situations where speed is super important, or you need something customized, and of course, anything where you're working with like images, videos, audio.
Right, all that multimodal stuff we were talking about.
Exactly. Think about things like complicated medical research or maybe like super high-level financial stuff, even things like advanced robotics.
Okay, yeah, now we're talking about some seriously complex applications.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, even though we've been like deep diving into this, part of me still can't quite wrap my head around it.
It's wild, isn't it?
It really is. It wasn't that long ago that this kind of AI seemed like, pure science fiction.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh yeah, NVIDIA just casually dropped this revolutionary tech on us. It's amazing, but also kind of scary, don't you think?
I definitely agree, yeah. And that's exactly why it's so important to keep learning about this stuff. This isn't slowing down. If anything, AI is going to become even more powerful, even faster.
So we're all just along for the ride, huh?
In a way, yeah. This tech is going to impact every single part of our lives within just a few years. But, it's not just about understanding how it works. It's also about figuring out how we want to use it.
Right. Like, how do we actually want to shape the future with AI? It's a big question.
It is a big question, and it's one that we all need to be thinking about, like, right now.
And on that note, I think that's a great place to wrap up this deep dive. We've thrown a lot at you today, but hopefully you're as excited about this stuff as we are.
Definitely.
Make sure to check out the show notes, do some exploring of your own, and keep those brains engaged, because the future of AI is being written right now.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time, stay curious.